sure it's nothing you don't like. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey boys, what's going on? It's your boy Clazo here today, guys, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new kind of series I want to bring you guys, which is like you know, top card from each faction or worst card from each faction. In this video, it's going to be saltiest card from each faction. Now, this card is a card that I think, or each one of these cards is a card that I think is that card that just makes me so salty inside when I see it. It just makes me so angry. It's cards that I think are just problem cards if you don't have the answer to. And these cards, if you don't have the answer to, just make your life a living hell for the game. So yeah, this is just my opinion, so feel free to comment down below if you guys think any of these cards could be replaced by other cards. I'm sure there is, but like I said, this is just my opinion. So nonetheless, let's just hop into it. Alright boys, so our first faction we're going to talk about in this video is Linar, and the card I picked is Holy Immolation. Now I'll tell you why I think this card makes me extremely salty when I see it. Okay, so first off, let's start off by saying I'm a Linar main. Sorry. I love Linar. Linar is my shit. I just love Linar. I could play Linar for days. Holy Immolation is one of those key cards that you have to have in Linar. This card does so much work for you. So much. The fact that this card can, say you have a Civil Guard Knight on the field. Your Civil Guard Knight is next to your general, so it has 3 attack. You punch their general, deal 3 damage to their general, and then Holy Immolation around. You Holy Immolation on your knight, deal another 4 damage to that general, and 4 damage to everything around your Civil Guard Knight. That shit is awesome. But for your opponent, that shit sucks, and it makes me super salty when I get hit by Holy Immolation. And I try to play around it the best I can, but the fact is you can only play around so many cards, you know, you can only position so many ways. So if you don't play around this card, you do get punished a lot for it. And almost every Linar deck runs this card. If you have a Linar deck right now and you go to on Duelist and look at your Linar deck, I'm sure you probably at least have one of these copies in your deck. In my Linar deck, I run 3 of them. They're that damn good. But this card just makes me extremely salty, and that would be why. It's so powerful. It restores 4 health to their minion, and it deals 4 damage to everything around that minion. And the fact that your minion can attack, lose the health, and then gain it right back, oh, this card just, it pisses me off. Definitely if they throw it on a slow and then Holy Immolation, that's the worst. That's the worst feeling. Definitely if you have a really good early game, your opponent's like, nope, not today. Throws down a slow, Holy Immolation, wipes everything around your general. It sucks against aggressive decks for sure. But is an amazing card if you're the Linar player. So yeah, that is why I think Holy Immolation is the saltiest card when it comes to Linar. Alrighty boys, for our second faction in this video, we're going to be talking about Songguy. Now, let's just get this out the way. I'm not a Songguy player. I don't like Songguy. It's not for me. It's not for everyone, you know. But there's a lot of cards in Songguy that are very powerful, and there's some cards that, you know, just make you more salty than others. And then when I see Songguy, the card that makes me mad the most is definitely Lantern Fox. And, you know, there's a ton of cards in Songguy that just make you salty. Grandmaster Zendo, super salty. But you see Lantern Fox more, which is why I picked it. Lantern Fox makes me salty because this is one of those cards to where if you don't have Dispel in hand, you know, and it's early game, you only have like a 2-mana creature on board, you can't get rid of Lantern Fox in one hit. Before I get roasted in the comments for people telling me that Lantern Fox is no longer a 2-4, I do know it is a 2-3. This is an old card art that I found of it, but it's the only one I could find. So it's a 2-3, not a 2-4. I know. But it can still get 2 Phoenix Fires out of you because you can't one-hit it with your general or any early creatures if you have any early creatures that are like to attack, you know, which most people do. So Lantern Fox is most likely going to get 2 Phoenix Fires out of you, which sucks because it fills your opponent's hand, and now you got to play around your opponent Phoenix Firing any of your creatures or going face with it. You know, if they go, I'd rather them go face with it than kill off any of my creatures early game, because early game now, if I play anything, he can deal 3 damage to it. And 3 damage is a lot of damage early game. That can almost kill almost a lot of early creatures, and or not almost kill a lot of early creatures, and your opponent probably has something to ping it off. So Phoenix Fire just makes me super salty when I see it, because if I don't have the Dispel in hand, it's just, I either have to run from it, or I just feed him Phoenix Fires before he feeds them on me, and he hits like my Sojourners or anything with one attack. Now, Lantern Fox is also paired very well with Inner Focus. So if your opponent throws down Lantern Fox, Inner Focuses, and say walks up and hits your Sojourner, let's just keep using that. He immediately gets a Phoenix Fire in his hand, and you can't do nothing about it because you couldn't dispel it. He just Inner Focused it, automatic Phoenix Fire. You know, this card just makes me super salty when I see it, and when it's played in the right decks, it really shines. And I'm not a hater for Songguy or anything like that. I'm just saying this card pisses me off. But there's a lot of cards in Songguy that piss me off, but this card takes the cake. Alrighty, boys, for our third faction in this video, we're going to be talking about Vaynar. Now, Vaynar also has a ton of very good spells and they had probably the easiest list of cards for me to pick out of that just make me salty. I'm sure it's like that for anyone else because Vaynar has all the removal. You know, they're like the no fun faction for me. Like when I see Vaynar, I'm like, great, this game's going to be boring and slow because they're going to control the whole time, which is what Vaynar is. It's their identity. I can't hate against it, you know. So they had a ton of cards. For me, it was just easy picks. But I came down to 2 cards, and the other one got cut because I think this one's just more powerful. And this is Concealing Shroud, and this is one of the new cards that came out with Rise of the Bloodborne. This is just a super strong card. If you don't have the Dispel to dispel their general, and you have like lethal in hand the next turn, it sucks because you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You literally just maybe clear their board, and if they don't have anything on board, you just keep putting shit on the board. And that's it. You literally can't hit your lethal, and that makes me so angry. As like if I'm playing Magmar and it's late game and I have the Tiger in hand to kill him, and he's like Concealing Shroud, and I'm like, shit, I wish I didn't use all my, you know, Dispel already, because now I have to wait another turn for me to try to use lethal. And then the thing that makes me so mad about this card is not when they use it once, but when they use it twice, and really when they use it 3 times. Have you ever played a game against Vaynar players and they Concealing Shroud you 3 times in a row? It literally makes the game so slow, and it makes me not being able to use my lethal so many turns in a row, and it's just so frustrating as a player not being able to get the win because this guy has a card that makes me not being able to do damage to his general, which sucks. You know, imagine, you know, a constant Falcius on Vitruvian. It's so annoying. It's just so annoying. I just hate this card. Everything about this card, I just hate. When I'm playing Vaynar, I fucking love this card. This card's the shit when you're playing Vaynar, but playing against it, nope. This card makes me salty. Yep, everyone knows it. But anyways, Concealing Shroud, screw you. Alrighty, boys, so on to our 4th faction. We're going to be talking about Magmar. Now, Magmar also has 2 cards that it came down to for saltiest cards. War Beast, which makes everyone salty as shit, and Chrysalis Burst. And I'm going to tell you why I picked Chrysalis Burst. Board's clear. Guy Chrysalis Burst you. You don't have an answer. What do? You run. Because you're definitely not killing all 4 eggs. And definitely if they put, like, you know, imagine if they put a Silithar Elder and a War Beast far away from you and you do not have the answer for it. Like I said, every card that I'm picking for this video is going to be scenarios if you don't have the answer in hand, because most times, you know, sometimes you do have the answer in hand, but that'd make this video too easy if you did. Chrysalis Burst, if you don't have the answer, sucks, because now you have to you know, still worry about their general if their general's you know, is super buffed up at the moment, or, you know, if their general's a threat at the moment. Sometimes their general's not a threat. He's like a 2 attack still. If not, you got to worry about, you know, positioning around his creature still. Like if you're playing another Magmar player, playing around War Beast and Elucidator, or you can't really play around Elucidator, but playing around War Beast and, you know, killing off these eggs at the same time. Now, if you don't have the answer for this, your opponent could get a max 4 eggs. He could get 4 different creatures out of this card. But you're probably going to kill at least 1 of the eggs, most likely 2 of the eggs, depending on your faction that you're playing. Chrysalis Burst is super strong sometimes, man. Super strong. If your opponent's got no cards in hand, it's late game, he's like, you guys are both drawing out 1 card, 1 card, 1 card, 1 card. No one's getting the answer, and then you, boom, Chrysalis Burst. Yeah, good luck dealing with it. You know, Cassava is pretty easy to deal with this. Ghost Lightning can deal with this, but who really runs Ghost Lightning? There's a few things that can deal with this, but sometimes you can't deal with it, and they put the eggs too far away to where you can't do nothing. And this card makes you salty on both sides. If you're the Magmar player, this card can make you salty because sometimes it puts your eggs in the dumbest damn places. It puts your eggs like next to all their creatures. It'll put all 4 of the eggs. I'm like, come on, bruh. Or like sometimes it puts the eggs on the other side of the map. Yeah, it's good he can't hit them, but now they're so far away they can't do nothing. You know, they don't put their eggs... sometimes with these eggs, locations suck. If you're playing against Fae, they put like the eggs in the same row as you so you get hit by Warbird. You know, shit like that. But that's the power of RNG. RNG can do a lot of things for you. But I think Chrysalis Burst just makes me salty on both as the player of Magmar and playing against Magmar. This card can make me salty. So that's why I picked it over War Beast. War Beast makes everyone salty. Frenzy 4/4 out of hand damage sucks. Chrysalis Burst can suck even more depending on the creature it gives you. But yeah. On to the next one. Alrighty, boys. You know, our 5th faction, we're going to be talking about Vitruvian. Now, Vitruvian, they really don't have shit, to be honest with you. Vitruvian does have some cards that make me salty, but there really isn't a lot in Vitruvian that I'm like, wow, okay, you know, that just pisses me off. Except, like, 2. And this card is one of those cards. Mara Healer. This card is hella good. Hella good. Like I said, imagine you don't have the, you know, you don't have the Dispel in hand, right? So, what do you do against a Mara Healer? What do you do against it? Do you hit it? You smack it for 5 damage and it smacks, or you smack it for damage, it smacks you for 5 back, and then when it dies, it deals another 5 to you. So you're getting hit maximum 10 damage against it. And you heal up your opponent. Don't forget that your opponent heals up too, so when you're about to kill him and he throws this down, and you're like, fuck, now I don't got shit to do. Amar Healer is super strong, you know, everyone knows that. It's almost ran in every Vitruvian deck. You know, I like Amar Healer over Grandmaster Noshrek. I rather have Healer in my deck because this provides damage on the enemy general, and it heals your general. And it's a provoke creature 5/5, which is pretty good stats. I think it's a damn good card, and when I see it played against me and I don't have the answer for it, most of the time I lose because if I don't have a creature on board that can kill this, he's going to hit my general for 5 damage. So then when it dies again, when this dies eventually, it's going to deal another 5 damage to my general. So if you don't have the answer to Amara Healer, this card can fucking wreck you. It will wreck you. It will rip you a new asshole. So that's why I hate Amara Healer. I mean, I don't hate it. I love Amara Healer because I love playing Vitruvian. But it makes me salty as a player when I see Amara Healer played against me. I'm sure it makes everyone else salty too. Like I said, if you don't have the Dispel for it, it can do a ton of work. And the fact, not even the fact that it deals another 5 damage to me, the fact that it heals up my opponent as well, so if they're low, they get to get healed back up 5. 5 health is a lot. That's a lot of health. You know, 5 health can do a lot. That can push that Magmar player, or you can push that Vitruvian Saj player more towards you. He might have lethal the turn after that, and now that he has 5 health, he can, you know, survive a lethal from you. You know, it can do a lot. So that's why I think Amara Healer just makes me the saltiest in Vitruvian. But nonetheless, let's get on to our last faction. Alrighty, boys. For our last faction, I purposely saved this one for last because this card makes me the saltiest person in the game. I fucking hate this card. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. I hate it. And anyone who knows me knows I hate this card. And this is Shadow Sister Kalino. I hate Kalino. I hate this bitch. She does so much healing if you don't have the answer for her. It's insane. It's insane. It allows your opponent sometimes to get back up to full health after being at like 15 or 10. If you don't take care of Kalino right away, your opponent's getting so much healing off of you. If your opponent's playing Cass and they throw this down and they ping you, that's 1 health. They attack you, there's another health. You know, they just constantly get health off this card. And, you know, I was thinking, I was like, dude, what do I hate more, Shadow Sister or Revenant? I could give a shit if he drops the Revenant on me. You know, yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but I can deal with it. This card, I hate this card. I hate this card so fucking much. Oh, man. There's just, everything about this card just makes me pissed off. You know, when I'm playing Abyssian, I have to save all my removal for this exact card. I don't care if he throws down a Blood Moon Priestess. I'm saving everything I got for this card. If I'm playing Linar, which is my main, and I have Tigers, I'm going to save every Tiger I have for this exact card. Because I'm going to Tiger, Bloodborne Spell, and kill it. If I'm playing Magma, I'm saving every Plasma Storm until he throws down his sisters. So, I don't know about you guys, but when I play Abyssian, nothing makes me more mad than Shadow Sister Kalino. And I'm sure it's like that for quite a few other people. And I do play Abyssian here and there. I do have two Abyssian medals, but I hate this card. I played Abyssian before this card came out, and I like Swarm Abyssian. So, you know, unfortunately you have to play this in Abyssian decks because it's just that damn powerful, but I hate it. I hate it. I hate when I see it. I hate everything about this card because sometimes I can't even hit lethal anymore because they have this on field and they're just racking up the health left and right. Get that health, get that health, get that health, and then cast hits you with the Revenant. You know, I hate Shadow Sister. I hate most of the cards in this video. They're so strong. They're so good. I do love them at the same time, but when I'm playing against them, I hate them. Except this card. I hate this card all around. I don't even play this card. I hate this damn card. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do like this video series, you know, the next one's going to be a little easier because I can tell you why, like, they're the top 5 or the top card in each faction or the worst card in each faction. That one's a little easier. Salty cards is more or less my opinion. In my opinion, you know, a lot of people probably don't give a shit about, but, you know, it's my opinion. I don't care. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, comment down below, tell me your saltiest card from each faction, and as always, I'm your boy Colazo. Hope you guys keep on dueling, and I'll see you guys next time.